Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a very long overdue book haul for you all. I recently bought over 20 books and I've been meaning to plan this book haul for quite some time. I just haven't really found the time. I just feel like I need to get my mind off of things, so what better way to do that than to talk about books? I just want to start off this video by saying that I'm super grateful that I can actually afford to buy these books. I'm a 29-year-old and I guess these are some of the perks of being an adult. I remember when I was in high school and books were just one of those things that my parents would always allow me to buy, but always within a specific budget. But now that I'm an adult, I feel like this is literally like a dream come true to be able to place such a big order. So I am really thankful that I'm actually able to do this. But if there's one thing you guys need to know about me, is that I buy books knowing very little to nothing about them. I like to be completely surprised and caught off guard by books that I decide to buy, so I don't even read the back of the book. Matter of fact, I actually think that book tropes are kind of spoilers already. So for example, like Grumpy Ex-Sunshine and Enemies to Lovers, A Marriage of Convenience. I do not like the idea of book tropes because you start the book and you already know what's gonna happen to these characters. I also just think this is gonna be really fun to watch for those of you who've read any of these books. You're kind of gonna get to see my first impression or why I bought these books in the first place, but I'm gonna have very little to say about them. So let's get into it. So the first 8 books that I bought were the Throne of Glass series. All I know about this series is that it's more plot focused rather than romance, like compared to ACOTAR. And I loved ACOTAR, okay? I didn't say I was different. I loved ACOTAR. And it's one of those series that reminded me why I love to read. I read it a year ago and I just completely fell back in love with reading. And I was like, you know what? More plot focused. I need that. Every time anyone talks about Throne of Glass on Book Talk, I feel left out. It's a completed series and I love Sarah J Maas, so I already know that I'm gonna pick up the first book and I'm just gonna keep reading all the way through. Next, we've got this stack of books right here. I actually finished reading one of these books, truly long overdue. The first book that I got was Fearless. Last month I actually read Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless, and I absolutely fell in love with this series and I immediately had to order this. I'm gonna be reviewing it next month in my next monthly reading wrap-up, so stay tuned for that. Next book I got is Yours Truly, and I actually read Part of Your Word last month and I absolutely loved it. Abby Jimenez, I discovered myself a new favorite romance writer. Something about her writing and style just really clicked with me. It was so funny and it had like a hint of realness in it. It wasn't like extremely fictional, if you know what I mean. And I heard a lot about Yours Truly. I know that a lot of people love this, so I am so excited. Like, I truly can't wait. Next, we've got Say You'll Remember Me. This is more of a recent release for Abby Jimenez, and since I fell in love with her, I was like, you know what, might as well get all the books. I've also already got just for the summer, so I am super excited. Next, we've got the first book in the Magnolia Parks series. Now, this is a super hyped up book on Book Talk, and every time anyone is talking about it, I feel super left out. All I know about this book is that it's very Gossip Girl inspired and it's got cheating in it. That's literally all I know. All the hype, like I feel like I'm going to love it, but just in case, I just got the first book and I'm really excited. Next, we've got The Bodyguard from Catherine Center. This was very much inspired by Twisted Games. Yes, Twisted Games was my favorite book out of the Twisted series. The whole bodyguard trope, I loved it. I found myself a new favorite trope. So I was like, you know what? I need to go out there and find more bodyguard books. I know I literally just said that I don't like tropes, but if you guys know any good bodyguard trope books, please leave them in the comments below because it has been my newest obsession. Now, this is one of those books where I just went on Amazon and picked it up off of the title, and if this has nothing to do with the bodyguards, then I wouldn't know what to do. I haven't even read the back and I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go into it and we'll see where that takes us. Next we've got For Some Color. I just felt like I needed more romance books to add to my TBR, and this has been going around and I see a lot of people rave about this, and I have, again, no idea what this is about, but I guess we'll find out. Picking Daisies on Sunday. I believe this I've seen on Book Talk as a book recommendations under Men Who Yearn. Well, please don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that it's a very loved romance book. Next we've got Love and Other Words. This is once again another really popular romance book that I've seen circulating around Book Talk, and I didn't really get the cover that I usually see. This seems to be like a new cover, and it seems to have different ethnicities, which I love. I love diversity in books in general, so I can't wait. Next we've got Out on a Limb, and yes, this is another Book Talk favorite. All I know about this book, literally just judging it from the cover, that it has something to do with disabilities, so I feel like this is super unique. Honestly, I do like to read romance books in general, but I like to read a little something different every now and then. So I think this is gonna be a really interesting book. I have really high hopes for this one. So yeah, can't wait. Next, we've got the Shatter Me series. Now again, this is a very, very, very popular Book Talk book. Matter of fact, the man in this, Mr. Werner, I believe his name is. I'm not too sure, like, don't quote me on this, but he seems to be pretty popular, and every time someone talks about him, I feel super left out once again. Now, I'm not even sure if this is a romantasy book, a fantasy book, is it a dystopian book? So I thought to give it a shot and just buy the first book, although I have a feeling I'm going to regret not buying the entire series. Next, we've got God of Malice. Now, I believe this is a mafia romance. Please don't come for me if I'm wrong. Mafia romance is one of those genres. Is it a genre or a trope? I'm not even sure. That just sounds really good to me. Like, I actually dabbled into it with The Sweetest Oblivion, but you guys, I did not like that book. So I'm giving mafia romance another chance. I'm giving it a second chance with this book, and I really hope I enjoy it because I really want to. The last book we've got is A Love Letter to Whiskey. Now, I've seen this book around, and once again, I actually know absolutely nothing about this book. It just seems like one of those gut-wrenching romance, like super heartfelt. I don't know if this is gonna make me cry, honestly. I don't know if it's sad per se, but it just sounded good to me, so I'm just gonna give it a shot. So yeah, that is pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if there are any specific video ideas that you want to see from me, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.